We definitely had a great time on this new Supreme Shinkansen.
Yes, we did.
Well, joining us today in the studio is a special guest, Mr. Masayuki Ueno from JR Central. Mr. Ueno is the Shinkansen Operations Division Rolling Stock Department General Manager, and he was involved in the development of the N700S. Mr. Ueno, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, thank you for having me today.
So, Mr. Ueno, can you tell us why JR Central decided to update the Shinkansen after 13 years, and what was behind the concept of the development of the N700S?
Yes, our first priority was to further improve passenger safety. That's why we developed the new N700S Shinkansen using the latest technologies, so it can better respond to unexpected situations. The ride comfort has also been improved.
Well, Mr. Ueno, you have mentioned now safety among your keywords. And can you tell us more about how safety has been improved in the new N700S train sets?
Yes, we improved our ATC, automatic train control and braking systems. Japan is a country with frequent earthquakes. If a major earthquake happens and the Shinkansen needs to make an emergency stop, we are now able to reduce the stopping distance by 5%. It snows a lot in winter, so the Shinkansen can sometimes experience delays. To prevent that, we have improved the snow guards beneath the train and developed a powerful heater to melt the snow. In addition, communication devices have been installed on the Shinkansen so that staff, passengers, and the command center can talk directly should there be an emergency. Security has also been improved by increasing the number of cameras in the cars. These cameras enable the command center to monitor the situation at any time.
Now, in addition to these added safety measures, JR also made significant changes to the mechanisms above and beneath the N700S to improve the comfort of the ride. Please take a look.
The state-of-the-art technology used on the N700S enables it to maintain a high-speed operation. This is the pantograph, which collects a high-voltage current of 25,000 volts from the overhead line. Other important mechanisms are located below the floor of the train. The main transformer's role is to convert the high-voltage electricity collected from the pantograph into a voltage that can be used throughout the train set. The power converter then transforms that voltage again to work with the traction motor. In operation, this device generates a lot of heat, so there's also a built-in cooling system. On the previous Shinkansen, these mechanisms were large and required a lot of space. As such, they were distributed along the length of 8 cars. When developing the N700S, minimizing and reducing the weight of these mechanisms was one of the main goals. The power converter on the old Shinkansen is large due to the semiconductor which uses silicon. As silicon generates a lot of heat, a large cooling system was required. The N700S features next-gen semiconductors, which use silicon carbide. As a result, they produce a lot less heat, allowing for a much smaller cooling system, reducing the size of the power converter by half. The traction motor has also been improved. While it maintains the same output, the magnets in the motor are smaller, making it 70 kilograms lighter. With 4 traction motors per car, this means a weight reduction of 280 kilograms. Along with the traction motor, the bogie frame has changed as well. The thickness of the frame has been optimized to enhance reliability and reduce weight. By reducing the size and weight of each mechanism, it became possible to move the transformers and power converters, which were previously located in separate cars, to the same car. With previous models, the Shinkansen required 8 cars to operate. Now, thanks to the optimized configuration beneath the floor, only 4 cars are required to operate the Shinkansen. Another new system was introduced to the N700S. This system was tested at the Mishima Rolling Stock Depot in Shizuoka Prefecture. The new N700S is the first Shinkansen to be equipped with a battery-powered self-propulsion system. The pantograph is lowered, cutting off the power supply. In the past, when a major earthquake occurred, the Shinkansen would stop in the middle of the track. With this self-propulsion system, the Shinkansen uses lithium-ion batteries to power the train. With this system, the train can run up to 30 kilometers per hour, carrying passengers away from dangerous places, such as inside tunnels and on bridges. The batteries are charged during everyday operation as the Shinkansen runs. But in emergency situations, the batteries power the motor. This battery propulsion system is a world first for a high-speed railway.
That battery-powered self-propulsion system is definitely a must-have, especially in emergency situations. It's a great idea.
I think so. And the batteries used in that system is called lithium-ion batteries. And the name lithium-ion battery is now on top of the news of the media in Japan because recently a researcher has received the Nobel Prize in Chemistry for that development. And Mr. Ueno, I understand that it is really important to have this kind of evacuation features in the vehicle. But the energy stored in battery is not only used in that particular circumstance. I think there's other cases where that energy is used. Am I right?
If the overhead line fails and the power stops, the batteries can also be used to run the interior lights and the toilets.
Oh, I see. That's really important.
It is indeed. Now, as I understand it, reducing the weight of the parts also reduces the energy consumption. But I believe the actual Shinkansen configuration has also changed. Is that right?
By making the mechanisms under the floor of the N700S lighter and more compact, we have created a new standard. Now we can operate configurations of 4, 8, and 12-car train sets, as well as 16, which is the current standard. We can also manufacture the Shinkansen in a shorter time. This new standard will also help when it comes to expanding our business overseas.
Well, by the word standardization, it means producing by much larger numbers, smaller units. So the construction cost will be lower and also maintenance will be easier.
At a recent event, rail fans were able to get a sneak peek of the new N700S. Please take a look.
This is JR Central's Hamamatsu workshop in Shizuoka Prefecture. Today, the facility is open to the public. Many rail fans and local residents have come to get a better look at the Shinkansen. This special rail crossing connects the main Shinkansen track to the workshop. It's the only level crossing in Japan where you'll see a Shinkansen cross a public road. The N700A approaches the crossing. As you can see, it's filled with rail fans who applied for the rare experience of riding the Shinkansen as it heads into the workshop. This facility takes care of Shinkansen maintenance and inspection. Here, Dr. Yellow, a rare train used for inspecting overhead lines and tracks, and a dismantled Shinkansen undergoing maintenance are on display. Visitors can take a look behind the scenes and experience a variety of different jobs related to the Shinkansen. The children especially love role-playing. Many families enjoy the day, creating fun memories as they jump on carts used for track work and ride the traverser, which is used to move the train cars sideways. The highlight of this event, of course, is the new N700S. Many visitors wait to take pictures with this new Shinkansen.
先頭の形とかすごいかっこいい。行ってみたい。
顔とライトの形がちょっと違いますし、座席になんとつい最適にコンセントがついてるんです。はい。
今までの新幹線の中で何が一番好き？
やっぱ F ですね。同じくです。これ。
Everyone seemed to love the new N700S. Mr. Ueno, when will the new Shinkansen start operation?
The N700S is scheduled to operate from July 2020, before the Tokyo Olympics and Paralympics next year. We plan to introduce 12 train sets in 2020 and 40 train sets by 2022.
I see. Well, the Tokaido Shinkansen is really heavily used by business persons traveling between major cities, and the JR Central's Shinkansen vehicles have the touch of, well, so to speak, urban smartness, in my opinion. It does look like very high-quality businesses. And speaking of N700S, it is very close to completion, and I saw very little thing that we can add to that. But certainly there will be a very big potential in the in-vehicle display, the LCD one that is to be introduced in N700S. Already we have seen the display about which pair of stations between which the train is currently running. But adding to that information such as which river the train is currently crossing, or at which speed the train is currently traveling, and all those sorts of information will be a very great entertainment to the passengers on board. If that becomes the reality, that would be really great.
I think it's a great idea, but we might need to overcome a few obstacles before we can make it happen. We will continue to develop our technology, listening to customer feedback, so we can improve the Tokaido Shinkansen even more.
Then I do look forward to the future of the Tokaido Shinkansen.
And so do I. Well, that's all we have time for. Mr. Ueno, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
どうもありがとうございました。
And to everyone else, thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again on the next Japan Railway Journal. And from all of us here this time, goodbye.